So we're sitting here with Mr. Papalia, star substitute teacher, famous at Baker for many years. I experienced him first in health class, and I'll never be the same.
Yep.
I was touched in my heart, and I'm sure many of us have been.
Thank you.
And we're glad to be sitting here with such a legend. I'd like to start this off with your thoughts on the age of social media and technology, what it means for the future, how much better can it get before it becomes a threat?
All right. It only becomes a threat when it's presented in such a way to slant the truth, I think. I think the media, the way it's set up now, we're able to see what's going on all over the world in a flash. And I think that's just great. Like what's going on in the Mideast or what's going on here or there. Occasionally, I like switching between the Fox channel and the CNN channel if you're dealing with the same topic, because you get two different points of view, two different stories. And you have to learn to say, well, this is the true part, this is not the true part, or just absorb what's happening and make up your own mind.
Any big fears of robots coming in the future and taking over our planet?
No. I don't believe that. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I think they're going to play more of a major part in what's going on in the world, doing physical things, physical work, but not taking over.
That's a healthy way to live. Why do you bring in your bag of candy? Does it help students focus and think? Is corporal punishment the best way to teach right from wrong?
Well, first of all, with the candy, the kids are so good, especially in this building, that my wife likes sending in candy, and if I don't forget it, I like bringing it in for the kids. What was the second part of that question?
Is corporate punishment the best way to teach right from wrong?
I don't think so. I think you have to, well, initially you have to reason. I think there's a time when corporal punishment, a rare time, might be effective with a particular person and so forth.
Your favorite movie out of the 70s, 80s, or 90s era?
Oh my goodness. There's so many. Being raised in near New York City, I used to enjoy going to see. I enjoyed the plays very much. I enjoyed the musicals. So my favorite of what I enjoy are the old musicals from years ago, not the new stuff. I want to walk out humming a tune and remembering it, and I don't think that happens nowadays with the newer musicals, newer plays.
God bless. Are you aware of how many students believe that you look like the Indian activist and religious figure Mahatma Gandhi?
Oh yes, I hear Gandhi often, and that was my fault. Because years ago I was in a social studies class and the kids were not reacting. And I noticed there was a big picture of Gandhi on the wall, and I moved next to it, and I dropped the glasses, and I began to talk like Gandhi, telling the students, you will have to learn and do your work. And big mistake, because that night people came up to me and said, you're on the internet. I said, what are you talking about? And one of the students recorded it and put it on the internet, and I pulled it up, and the caption was, when the substitute teacher looks like Gandhi.
Mr. Pluff, so glad you could join us. Your thoughts on the unequal pay of hazelnut farmers in Syria who produce more than 70% of the world's hazelnuts but receive little to no credit and can barely make a living off of their hard work, while giants like Nestle, Nutella, and Godiva make billions of dollars from their farming?
I think that the American government should put pressure on the Syrian government to pay the people more, or we shouldn't buy those products from the companies in America that take advantage of these people.
A brief rundown of your ancestry.
Well, something I'm very proud of. My parents came from Italy. I was born in 1939. They had been here, never heard English spoken in the house, it was only Italian. Sadly, when I started elementary school, I spoke very little English, and at the time, whenever I spoke Italian, I was slapped.
Oh.
A lot of people don't know this. I was slapped, and I just almost forgot it. Understand it pretty well. I can get by if I have to, and for some reason I enjoyed Spanish and kept studying it through high school, college, lived in Spain, liked it.
Ever do one of these?
Oh, from time to time. Time to time. You're going to get it.
Do you have any pets?
Yes, we have a cat, Pepe. We're cat people. Pepe Papalia, black cat. And we feed a stray cat that no one feeds. A couple of them in front of the house.
And can you tell us a little bit about your book?
Well, I have a collection of short stories that someone semi-published for me. 12 of those. They deal with different topics. Love to write. And I have a novel that starts in Italy, based on a story my mother told me, and takes place over about 55 years and ends up here in America, going through World War II and part of the Korean War. And it's just one of these, I like to think it's a page turner, but I have never seriously tried to publish it yet.
Well, I'd love to read it. And can you tell us the year Gandhi was born?
1869?
That's right.
Was it really?
Bingo!
Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
All
How did I
right.
know that?
All right. Great interview. Pleasure
Thank you.
talking with you, Mr. Papalia.
Thank you for asking me. It's a pleasure.
I'm Clayton Speech. Back to you in the newsroom.